G'day guys, how you going? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. It's a very special day. It's the 25th of December, Christmas. So hopefully you're all having a fantastic Christmas. If you're Australian, then you're already, you've celebrated through much of the Christmas day already. So hopefully you've all had a great day. And for those of you who haven't celebrated Christmas just yet, I hope it's a wonderful day. So I haven't been on for a while. Over the Christmas period, it's been a little bit busy. But I thought I'll come back with a video, and this is going to be a birthday/Christmas update. Got a lot of DVDs to get through, so I hope that you don't find this too boring. Before I want to start, I want to ask you guys how you celebrated Christmas. If you watched any movies before the big day, and on Christmas Eve last night, I watched Inside. It's set on Christmas Eve, so it qualifies as a Christmas movie. I love this movie, as you all know, and although it's not really an appropriate movie for this time of year, I still think Christmas time, what better way to spend a Christmas Eve with a good gore fest. So, yeah, that's my Christmas movie, and I know it's not the most appropriate, but I really like it, so I thought it was a good way to bring in the special day of Christmas. So, how did you guys spend your New Year's Eve? Did you watch any special sort of movies? Yeah, feel free to tell me if you want. Now, I'm going to get straight into the DVDs. I've got a lot, as I said, so I don't want to make this too long, so I'm going to get cracking straight away. The first one is a remake of The Firm. The original was a 1980s film with Gary Oldman. This one disappointed me. It was alright, but I thought it was a little bit pedestrian. It just wasn't anything special. Haven't seen the original, so I can't compare it to that one, but I'm guessing that the original was a lot better because this one failed to really, impress me. It was okay, but if you want a better hooligan film, then watch the film called Rise of the Foot Soldier. I thought that was much more brutal. This one was a little bit light on, as far as I'm concerned. So that's The Firm. Next up, we have a documentary called Rise of the Penguins. March of the Penguins. Comes in a little slipcase. This is a brilliant documentary. I'll do a review of it very soon. I loved it. It's a French film, but it's narrated by Morgan Freeman for the English narration, but it is actually a French film. So trust the French to produce a very good documentary. Just basically tells you about the emperor penguins, how they go through the harshest conditions for love. So a very heartwarming, inspirational kind of film. Very, very good. Next one is Takashi Miike's Audition. Love this one, very good. Japanese Extreme, you've all heard of this one. It matches the hype, I really, really liked it. This is Japanese Insanity, The Machine Girl. Really looking forward to this one. I love Tokyo Gore Police, so I'm sure I'm going to like this one. Just the sheer insanity that the Japanese have is really, really cool. Another Japanese insane film directed by the same guy who made Tokyo Gore Police. This is his latest film. This is Hell Driver. Basically, Japanese zombies and a woman who has a chainsaw samurai sword. So just really, really insane stuff. I can't wait to watch it. This is a 2-disc special one. So really happy to have it. It has the 2 versions of the film, the international version and the extended Japanese version. So a very good addition to get. But yeah, it looks really insane, so I'm sure I'm going to enjoy this one. Just put these DVDs down here. Next up is a Ji-Woon Kim film. It's South Korean, called Tale of Two Sisters. Really looking forward. I watched a little bit of this ages ago, before I really took an interest in foreign cinema. I kind of liked it. This is a 2-disc Tartan Extreme. Yeah, I mean, it was before I really liked foreign cinema. I liked it, but I didn't watch the whole lot, so really looking forward to finally getting a chance to see the whole film. Next one is another South Korean film directed by Park Chan-wook, the director of Oldboy. This is part of the Oldboy trilogy, Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. Really looking forward to this one. I've heard very good things about it. I heard it's just as good as Oldboy. If that's the case, then I'm sure I'm going to love it. Another South Korean film. This is another 2-disc special edition called The Host. This wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Still okay, but it just wasn't anything, terribly spectacular. But if you like monster films, this is definitely one that you should check out. Next up is a French horror film. Now, I've got 2 other films coming in the mail. I've got a Hong Kong film called Dream Home, and I've got a French horror film called Harry, He's Here to Help, or otherwise known as um, With a Friend Like Harry. Now, they were supposed to come here before Christmas from Amazon, but they didn't arrive, so it's arrived in a separate order. It said it would come before Christmas, so I'm a little bit disappointed that it didn't, but the first half of my order came. So those two are going to be included, but they aren't here just yet. So this is an actual French horror film that did arrive, and it's supposed to be a homage to Giallo movies. This is called Aimer. Heard a lot about this one. For some reason, I just continue to overlook it, but being the French horror lover that I am, I finally picked it up. You know, if you're a French horror fan, you have to have this one. It looks very artistic, something that you'd want from a Giallo. I'm not terribly familiar with Giallos. I don't watch too many. In fact, I've only watched one. Hopefully, you know, this one is good, and it has a French sort of flavour to it. Next one, I've heard a lot of good things about this. This is a Vincent Cassel action film. Some people have rated this as the most fun action film ever. This is supposed to be a very brutal film, very fast-paced, and this is called Doberman. I think this was made in the early 90s, late 80s, maybe. But it looks really, really cool. I can't wait to see it. I love Vincent Cassel. Monica Bellucci is also in it, and it's just supposed to be a really far-out fun ride. I can't wait to watch it, and I'll be definitely doing a review of Doberman. French language, English subtitles, as you'd expect. Another Jean-Pierre Jeunet film. If you're a fan of Amélie, Delicatessen, City of Lost Children, this one will be for you. This is called Micmacs. Have a high expectation for this one based on the fact that Jean-Pierre Jeunet is such a genius. So this one looks just as good as the others. French goodness. This is a Finnish horror film. It's called Sauna, but the English title, well, the title for Amazon UK is Evil Rising. Supposed to be a very weird horror film, but I really like the look of it, so I'm really hoping that this can deliver. I love Scandinavian cinema. While I don't think Finland is considered Scandinavia, it might be, but apparently it has that sort of flavour, so I can't wait to watch it. And it's supposed to be an intelligent film, so hopefully, you know, this is right up my alley. But it looks very dark and very disturbing and uncomfortable, so I can't wait to watch Evil Rising. Set in the medieval type times. This is a Norwegian film. I showed it in my last update, but that was a burnt copy. So it finally got released here in Australia, and I bought the legitimate release. This is Troll Hunter. Comes in a, if I can get it out, comes in a slipcase, a nice slipcase. Yeah, I've already talked about this one. This is a really, really cool film. It's a film that, you know, the whole family can have fun with. So I'm really happy to finally get a legitimate release of this film. Next up, we have a Icelandic / Norwegian film. More Norwegian, but yeah, Scandinavia. I've already reviewed this. Brilliant film called The Bothersome Man. Not going to go into it. If you want details, please look up the review for yourself. Some very shocking scenes in it, but it's not a horror film. Although it can be considered a subtle kind of horror, but a really, really good one. Now, this is a German zombie film. Apparently it only goes for 62 minutes, so it's over very quickly, but I've heard very good things about it. This is called Siege of the Dead, also known as Rambok. I think it was Rambok Berlin Undead. So I think Rambok Berlin Undead is much better than the Siege of the Dead, but no, I've heard very good things about this one, so if you're a zombie fan, this is definitely one that should interest you. Sure, I've got a lot of DVDs. This is an Australian Ozploitation classic called The Long Weekend. I liked it. It wasn't anything brilliant, but it had a very creepy atmosphere. So I'd highly recommend it, especially if you're into the older sort of Australian stuff. This is an Australian film that disappointed me, to be honest. I didn't think it was as good as I was hoping for. It's called Gabriel. They just spoke in American accents, which really annoys me, especially being a proud Australian. I think Australian films should be proud of the way we sound and speak with an Australian accent, but they decided to go against that. I thought it hurt the film a little bit, but it's not the worst film. There are films out there that are a lot worse, but this could have been so much better. This is a really good horror comedy. This is actually one that I haven't enjoyed in a very long time, a film like this. This is Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Brilliant, I loved it, and I've already reviewed it, so if you want details, check it out. But a really, really fun movie, and I do not know how this film got released straight to DVD. It didn't get a cinema release, which is an absolute travesty, but it is a very, very good one. Very gory, very funny. Rutger Hauer, everybody talks about this. I haven't seen it yet, but I will get the opportunity now. Hobo with a Shotgun. I really like the look of this. Looks like some good gory fun. Didn't think it was going to get an Australian release, but it has. The Road. I don't know if I've showed this off before. This is a fairly old one, but I just kept on overlooking it. So if I've already showed this, I apologise. This comes in a slipcase. So, yeah, one of the most depressing films you'll ever watch. I loved it. Not that I, love depression or depressive sort of feelings, but I thought it was just a really, really beautifully made film. A film that is very similar to that, but with vampires, called Stakeland. I'll be reviewing this very soon, so I'm not going to give too much away. It's like The Road, but with vampires. A lot of hype surrounding this one, so whether or not I enjoyed it, I'm going to leave you in a mysterious kind of quality. I'm going to be reviewing it soon, so look out for that one. The Woman, very, very brutal horror slash drama from Lucky McKee. It lives up to the hype, especially the ending. It was a very brutal ending, and I thought that the ending saved the film, because I thought the use of music in this film, the soundtrack, was overused, and it nearly killed it off for me. But the ending completely made the ordeal worth it. Very good movie. And then last but not least, 3 films that a lot of people like. Unfortunately, I didn't like. I thought they were, I lost interest after the first one. This is the Final Destination Thrillogy, or Thrillogy, sorry. Final Destination Thrillogy. The first 3, I think, I didn't even rate the first one that well, but the number 2 and 3. 3 was the best in my opinion. But I got all 3 films for $16, so I thought, why not? So that concludes my big DVD update. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. Hopefully you get a lot of movies. You're watching a lot of movies over the holiday period. I've been away for a while, but don't worry, I haven't left. It's just been a rather busy sort of period this time of year. So hope you like this update, and until next time, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful Christmas, and I'll see you later.